go get them again.
Welcome back to another unboxing first impression video on my channel. Today we are delving into the brand of Mind Games. We are close to the finish line. I have 5 bottles to unbox, quote unquote. Actually, the last one has an actual box. This is obviously a product that I am decanting. So these are all testers, actually all 4 of these, but the last one is not. This one called French Defense. Is that the name of this one? Yes, French Defense, which has the notes of black cherry and amber. So the big notes are on the plaque in the front. Bottles are gorgeous. I got to give them that. Depending on what you deem, a beautiful bottle, things like that. But I like the concept chess pieces. They are heavy. They use a lot of glass. They're using decent plaques here. There's some wood at the top here. There's magnetic caps. There's some details. So there is some money put into the bottle. However, that doesn't mean a thing if the juice inside smells like something that costs $50. So we're going to see about French Defense. I think this is also one of the big ones. I think, which one was it? Was it this one? Queening. It has a pretty big following. These two were just PR products. A lot of people didn't buy these themselves. It was more PR, but a lot of Mind Games, they will, if you contact them, and this is for up and coming reviewers, if you want to do this kind of stuff, I've never done this in my life, never will. Brands, you can contact brands and ask, especially like when you're doing your research, you can see which brands give out stuff. Some brands like you to contact them, show them your numbers, things like that. Other brands kind of frown upon it. Personally, for me, if I was in your shoes, I would not contact brands. Kind of, I don't know, kind of sloppy. I'm not a fan of that. Now, I also did find out that Mind Games has the same marketing group than Banana Republic, which is called the Fragrance Group on Instagram. If you type in the Fragrance Group and you go see, they are the obviously the marketing distributor, Banana Republic, Mind Games, a few brands. And now it all makes sense, right? The Fragrance Group reached out to me years ago about their Banana Republic, their upper echelon line, and wanted to send several to me for free. Free bottles. They actually did this whole spiel. We can give you extra bottles for giveaways. I know some people out there see like guys at Scent Expo, like Red Essence and that, giving out bottles to smaller YouTubers. Guess what? Red Essence and guys like that get like a whole bunch of bottles from like Xerjoff and all these brands. And these brands forget that they gave them like 4 or 5 Naxos. So these guys being like generous at these things, no. Right? I got 5 bottles of Naxos. What am I going to do? Might as well look good in front of a whole bunch of people, right? And give out a free bottle to somebody. Don't fall for it, right? I've had brands that are just like, I'll send you this. I got a brand that it was Gallagher Fragrances, which is a small indie brand, right? And he sent me like 3 bottles, and I'm like, you already sent me one. He sent me 2. Jeremy Fragrance sent me like 3 Office for Men. So that is a big thing with big fragrance YouTubers that have big numbers. You're going to see that these brands just continue to throw the trough here. So the Fragrance Group. Now, yeah, the giveaways and all that. And they had specific things that was required to be said during the fragrance review for Banana Republic. I said, okay, forget about that. No, I'm not doing this. I said, no, thanks. And they utilize soavantgarde.com. That's another website. You can type in soavantgarde on Instagram. You'll find them. They are also the middleman that will give out fragrances also to market these scents to influencers. So be warned, right? There's a lot of stuff, a lot of shady things going on in the fragrance industry. And, I have no issues with free bottles. Like people say, you got an issue with free bottles. No, there's a way to market a brand, and there's a way to conduct business, we'll say. I have no issues with business on social media. It's going to happen. It happens. It's happening. However, you have to have a backbone as an influencer, right? When I know for a fact I've been watching you for 10 plus years and you don't like cherry-based fragrances, and this has a big, robust cherry note in it. In the top now I see black cherry. And you're like, and you've never liked a cherry fragrance. Okay, buddy, right? Like, well, what was the first one you liked? Now, before we get into anything, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe. Welcome to the Robes08 channel. I'm your host, Mark. Smash that like button, much appreciated, especially with this brand. Run it up, run up the likes, get me into the influencer realm so people can actually watch a fragrance review. It might be a positive one. You never know. We're 0 for 3 now. These are all below par. Like, honestly, I would not spend more than $100 for any of these three at all. One of them smells like $15 fragrance. The other two kind of smell like Mancetta Montal. So that is the competition right now, Montal Mancetta. And I don't say that all the time, right? Some people call me out and say this. No. PDM smells like other things. They don't smell like Montal, Mancettas, things like that. A spade's a spade. If you smell like built like a Mancetta Montal, I'm gonna call you out. That's the way it is if you're gonna be $400. Now, let's take a look at the note breakdown. Let's take a look at what's up top. We have, of course, that black cherry that I see here. There's the note breakdown on the back here because it's a tester. Black cherry, we got violet leaf, and we have chamomile in the top. In the mid, we got geranium rose mimosa. So we got floral. Mid in the base, we got amber cedar and blonde wood. So we got a woody backdrop in the end and with some ambery nuances. Release date, I don't have the release date on this one. Huh, okay. Nose, Cristal La Prade. That's the familiar name for this brand. Now let's take a look at pricing. This one retails for $395 USD, so $400. How much great fragrances that you can buy for $400 USD. At discounters, they don't discount them much. 360 to 380 for 100 mils. This particular bottle. So it doesn't mean that it's quality. It just means the right, the brand themselves, they're not selling these for low prices. Their distributors aren't selling these very, very low to discounters, so they have to make their profit somehow. So I'm honestly probably you're looking at probably they're selling them in bulk, probably around three something, give or take, to discounters, and they have to make their money. So you're looking at around, $60, $80 per bottle sold. Is good money. So let's delve into this. This brand is known to be, again, right now the theme is gourmand, and from what I'm looking at the notes, the only thing that would make this gourmand is the cherry. So if it's a cherry, which is in the big notes here, I'm assuming we're going to get a cherry-based fragrance, it's going to continue the theme. Atomizer is okay. It's not the greatest. It's not the worst. Let's smell this one. Oh yeah, as per usual. Doesn't take me long. This is a cherry-based fragrance. Black cherry, kinda. It's gourmand. It has a slight gourmandish edge to it, or gourmandish, a liqueur edge. So dark cherry black cherry is a good descriptor of this. It's a darker, more robust cherry. It doesn't have like that almond-like appeal that a lot of cherries have out there. More of a dessert-like cherry. It's almost like a liqueur cherry, but there's no booze. There's no booziness. Just, you'd think maybe the ambery glow would give it. No. There's no ambery. There's no boozy. So let's put it on skin, because that's all I'm getting right now is the rose, which makes sense, right? Top note. And with these unboxings, things like that, you're not going to get, much of the note breakdown. If you do, you're pretty lucky, but yeah. Cherry, rose, little ambery glow, and a little bit of woods. Mimosa, geranium, chamomile, violet leaf maybe, but kind of pushing it. Like, I always compare cherry-based fragrances to Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, which is more expensive than this, right? It's a 50 mil. And obviously you're paying for the Tom Ford name. Lost Cherry is, the benchmark of cherry-based fragrances. I don't think they're made the same. Honestly, this is not a clone of Lost Cherry. That's not what I'm getting to. But Tom Ford has this beat in regards to a cherry-based fragrance. Personally, for me, I think it's a more premium product. This goes into, and again, this brand is, I think I've got it. I think this is a brand that smells like gourmand, Montal and Mansettas, which some of them are good, right? Montal, chocolate greedy, vanilla cake, right? The concept, right? I'm not saying these are 10 out of 10 fragrances, but chocolate greedy is really good, right? When I want a powdered chocolate fragrance, it's not very super, amazing or anything, but it gives me what I want and it does it well. Vanilla cake, honey oud from Montal. So there is some solid gourmand fragrances, among others, right? I'm not going to go through the whole trough. And then there's like some so-so gourmand fragrances from Montal and Mancetta, and it's not a it's not a total dig to Montal Mancetta, right? There, talking about digging, you got to dig. You got to find those jewels in those brands, and some people hate those fragrances. This is built. Like, I mean, if you blindfold me, I would never guess this is Mind Games. That would be the farthest thing. Like, this brand identity is Montal Mancetta-ish. The first words that would come out to me if I was blindfolded and I smelt this, I would be like, Mancetta cherry thing? Like a new one? That's where I would go because of the build of it, the smell of it. You can feel that it smells like there's just a certain build of a Montal Mancetta that makes it different than a Guerlain cherry or a Tom Ford cherry or among others, right? And come to think of it, and now, the Rolodex is going. I just wanted to kind of go a little off step here. Doesn't Banana Republic have a cherry-based fragrance? A dark cherry amber. I might be butchering it. And again, I haven't smelt Banana Republic's I've smelt a few just recently because of decanting, but I'm a slate black walnut kind of guy, like the first Banana Republic scents. And they've churned out a lot of fragrances, but don't they also have a dark cherry and an amber? So I swear I saw that. So now it's making me think, okay, same family. Okay. And I know what people are going to say in the comments. I'm already, like, before even editing, I'm already, like, usually on the editing room floor when I'm editing a fragrance review that I've just shot and I'm editing it, I'm like, oh, I know what the comments are going to go towards, right? You know where it's going to go. People are going to say, oh, but Mark, it's a better blended Banana Republic. My recommendation, I haven't smelled the Banana Republic. Yeah, I might be way off base, but my recommendation, go check out the Banana Republic Dark Cherry something something amber. It might have a different name. I'll pop it up on this video in the editing room floor, but I think I'm right on the name. And I would bet some money that they are close cousins, family members. They might be even brothers. This might have been, was the Banana Republic made before this or after this? That I don't know. Not well educated. I do educate myself when I'm doing a fragrance review. This is not it. This is an unboxing. This is, Rolodex works for like certain things, but I'm not going to go full-fledged in regards to start digging and going but if I was a betting man, I would think this is off that Banana Republic or the Banana Republic is off this. Either way, I would first of all, before shelling out 400 USD on this, I would roll the dice on, Banana Republics are like, what, $25 at a discounter? Go search around, go find it at a TJ Maxx or something. And if you get a little decant of this and get a bottle of Banana Republic, I'm sure you could sell it and get $10 or something back if you don't like it. But I would do the research. I would go in the Googles. And I'm just throwing a little cookie at you that maybe you weren't thinking about that and you may not. This is what a fragrance reviewer is all about, like using my experience. And I think I saw one. I might be way off base. If there is no Banana Republic, I apologize, but I swear I saw a cherry one. Dark cherry too. Black cherry or dark cherry with an ambery name. I think it was amber and cherry, something like that. Anyway, the cherry note in here is okay, but it's in the same realm as the $100 Mancetta Motel. Why pay $500 for this? There's nothing else in here that is worthwhile any money. Violet leaf, chamomile, geranium, rose, mimosa, amber, cedar, blonde woods. None of them are showing me anything that would say, oh, this is a beautiful amber, or the chamomile comes in and gives this vibe, or no. It's a cherry fragrance and it's dying on my skin right now. What are we, like 5 minutes in? No. So Mind games. French defense. Je suis français. I'm French. And defense. Oh boy. I guess you can start defending this thing because oh my god, you're wasting your money. This brand, you know, came to me because of the Free Bottle Brigade. Like if it didn't have that, it wouldn't be selling. So I would probably wouldn't be decanting these. So I would never know about this brand. So if this came in and had no FBB behind it, this would be a dying brand. Like this is it's going to be rough for them to continue to push these kind of fragrances at that kind of cost. They have to start, the influencer gravy train is going to end at some point for some of these brands. Take a look. The only one that is still pushing PDM, and I think the traction of PDM, I don't think that's ever going to go away. It started with them, but look at brands like Fort and Manley that are part of the Free Bottle Brigade. They're losing steam, right? These kind of brands, they don't stick around. And Fort and Manley, by the way, I'm not throwing them under the bus. It's actually a really good brand, but they were part of the Free Bottle Brigade, honestly. But this is kind of like those Royal Crowns, the Crown Royals of the game. They're hot now, forgotten later. So now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. And I think this is a really popular one. So some people are going to get maybe a little angry with me, but this cherry, the pop's gone, right? It had a nice dark cherry, syrupy cherry. Like I wouldn't say boozy, it's the wrong word, but it has that dark, intense cherry, which was kind of nice. Obviously synthetic to hell, but doesn't matter. That's what you want for a cherry. You're getting some vividness, but now it's dying down. And honestly, what am I left with? A rose, slightly ambery. Like the amber is not big, syrupy, vanillic tendencies. There's maybe a resinous quality. No, it's very mild and a little bit of woods. So that's it. I'd like to see the comments, good, bad, and the ugly, right? Share them. And as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.